he wanted to do this filming, and it's now 10 to 3 and it's day test 6. What we're actually doing now is going back through what we had in the dream, and what I've got is 1, 2, question mark, extreme close, shop, barcode pen, read a bottle of polish. Is it car polish? No. The polish and no have got boxes round them. If they've got boxes round them on this page, it's means that it's not quite right, or generally does. I didn't have anything here, as you will remember, because my dreams were completely useless. But the previous data started on the 16th of June. And on the 16th of June, we went somewhere where the roads were closed and it was a dead end. And somebody was saying in that dream I could do with a van to move all my things out. Somebody was moving house. Well, we did go to a dead-end road where they closed the road, and when we arrived there was a removal van moving somebody out, and they actually had to come into where we were and ask for somebody to help them back it back down the hill, and they did use the word removal van. So that I find is very interesting. The next thing that was in the 16th of the 16th of June's dream, where we were going, is we turned down a road and there was something to do with my old car and it not being taxed. Well, we didn't find anything like that, so at this point I have no idea what that means. The next thing was that we turned down a road where there was like a beach and water. And Gary said, there's no water in Arizona, there's no beach, there's no lakes, not to speak of, certainly not where we went to. But on the way back, we found what would be described as a lake, with sand and water. And I've got written here, pool, fish, kids swimming. Well, there weren't any kids swimming, that's for sure. And I've got here, most of the fish are now dead or dying. Try and save them. Well, we found a pool of water, which, how it got there I don't know. There were tadpoles in it, and if that pool dries up, they will die. So I'm not sure whether we should go back and try and save them, or whether we just have to let nature take its course. And what's quite strange is why there is a pool of water by the road, by the sand, with tadpoles in it, in this heat. Not quite sure about that. So that, to me, would be a direct hit. The other things in that dream about takeoff and planes and taking the controls, and we're on autopilot. There's no literal things that I can say that have happened so far today that would fit that. But that doesn't mean something doesn't happen later on, or they had a cryptic or associative meaning. We will just have to wait and see. The next dreams for test 6 were on something like the 10th of the 7th. Now let me just go back a minute, because I saw something, or I thought I remembered something, and I haven't found it. So I'm not sure if I've missed a page or what. No? It isn't there. I seem to remember something about a ladder. But I now can't find it. So I'll have to wait and see about that. The next page was the 10th of the 7th, which is July. Some fit, some don't. Slugs for a gun. Gunshot rifle. Something to do with a puzzle. Something to do with blanks or banks. Bulletproof. Glass. Well, the target site that we went to was a cave. And on the tour that we took, there was references to the bullet holes all in the walls of the cave, where the cowboys and that from years ago used to shoot the stalactites and stalagmites. And I have on film an interview with the tour guide where he's telling us all about the bullets in the walls of the cave, and we did stand by them and walk past them. It was too dark to film that or take pictures of it, but we did go past it. So I find that interesting. There was also material to do with cowboys and stuff in showcases as we went through. And there were some slugs in there, which I hope I've got pictures of. The next dream for test 6 was on the 20th of July, and I wrote here, Susie Smith, where will I be taken for test 6 in the USA, please? And there were pictures and cameramen and whole plates, and there was no flash, and old cameras and a shop. Well, at this moment today, we haven't discovered that. We may have to go and buy some film later on, because this is the last tape. And the tape that's in Gary's camera is the one that I've put in there because his had run out. We'll have to wait and see about that. Underneath that I've got ladder, not safe to stand on, be very careful. Lady, Sandy. Talking about her. Could take her to something. A boat. That had been taken out of the water and painted. Well, we haven't seen any boats. But we have seen a ladder, because the caves had a ladder in and a special tour called a ladder tour. What Gary will do with that, I don't know. But it's interesting that I hadn't dreamt of a ladder for any other test that we've done so far, and we haven't seen any ladders on any other test that we've been on so far. And ladder and the ladder tour is a very big feature of where we went this morning. So right now, I'm not sure that there's anything else that will fit, but I'm sure Gary will tell me that I've made a mistake if I have later.
What about the
right.
stuff you did last night?
Right.
There was some stuff, wasn't there?
What did I have last night? There wasn't very much, was there?
Furry creatures and...
Well, we haven't seen any furry creatures, but there were bats. They weren't, I suppose they're furry creatures, they weren't rats or mice, but there were a lot of bats in this cave, and that may have a meaning. I think we'll stop it now, and then when Gary comes we'll explain to him.
Okay.
One thing that I forgot to mention is on our way to this site we stopped because there was a whole bunch of removal vans, and removal vans featured in one of these dreams, and I can't now remember which one it was. The first one of the 16th of June. Did I say this onto the tape about the removal vans? Mm-hmm. I did?
Yeah.
Then we can stop. My soppy memory.
Okay. Today is August 8th. We are on day 7. We are once again in Christopher's hotel room in Tucson. And also for the second day, Carmen is here. And she had a very interesting day yesterday, apparently, which I will hear about later, because we have to do our primary work here. Christopher, just before we, for the record, You told me this morning on the telephone 2 little bits of information which we will go in detail later, not now. One is that you went through the dreams, and virtually every piece of information in the dream
for yesterday
was there and that was based on the 3 dreams prior to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So all of that was there.
All of that was there.
Plus, we have information on Carmen, who actually saw the cave in her dream, and we'll talk about Carmen's later because I want to get more of that on tape later today. So what I'm hoping is that we're going to have time to
Do you want to put on there that we've done an experiment to try and bring Carmen into this?
Oh yeah, I'm going to do that in a second. And what we agreed upon yesterday, since you've already said that, is that we said that Christopher was going to continue to receive information, but we're going to see whether Carmen can start receiving information because she might be his first student. Okay? And once we can bring in, and by the way, some of my students, my personal university students, want to become your students, Christopher. Okay. The second thing is you told me that you woke up and you had a dream where your son was wrapped around tape or something. You were back in England, and then your wife called you this morning.
This morning,
And she said what? And you asked her?
And I asked her. I said, for the first time, I've dreamt of being back in England. So all the time I've been here, I haven't dreamt of England at all. I said, and my little boy Jerry got himself all wrapped up in a tape measure. And she laughed and she said, he did that last night. We had to untangle him.
Is that something he typically does?
No, not. I've never known him do it before.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, now because
that's why it was funny.
Right, because we don't know where we're going. I don't know how much time it's going to take.
All right.
I want us to go through your dreams last night. Take us through it, and then with the summary information and stuff, and then you'll take us back to where the other information. Then we'll get to Carmen to see whether she had any dreams.
Right.
Okay.
Last night, test 7. Susie, please show me and Carmen where will we be taken for test 7 in the morning.
Okay.
Please, both of us.
Okay. So you asked for both of you this time. Let me just get that on the recording here. There we are. And you're now spelling it with an S?
I think I probably did. Did I?
Yes, you did.
My glasses, I did.
Okay, it's fine. Okay.
And that's the next page.
Okay. And you'll read all of this in a second.
And that's the next page.
Okay. Okay.
And that's the next page.
Okay.
And that's the next page.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha, thank you.
And then that's
the summary.
My summary, which I'm still working on.
I understand. Okay.
So because I didn't wake up till I had a lovely sleep because I went back to England. I spent about an hour and a half dreaming of being there, and went round and looked at all my things there to make sure everything was still okay.
Okay.
Which was wonderful and nice to be able to do that.
Okay.
And it happens normally, but these experiments have debarred that.
Gotcha.
For some reason.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning of the dream here.
Right. Experiments with time, ice cream and chocolates. Look at all the data to see how that has been working out. Now see a big house in the future. Some kind of problem with a leak of water. Well, that's maybe not, I don't know, is something going to happen, a flood in my house? I won't know that till somebody rings me. But I think the word leak is important there.
Okay.
An experiment with time was shown to me like a new book title.
Well, it's
interesting.
It's a good title.
It's a good title, yes. I quite like that if that's what they want me to use for something, maybe in the future.
Okay.
Then I was in a building and there was thick dust. This dust was unbelievable. It was that thick. And nobody had noticed it. Everybody was going about their business.
What was this again? Say this again?
Dust.
Dust, okay. A thick book with dust?
No, a building.
A building with dust, okay.
It was like a hospital or like your university or like a municipal building. You know, it wasn't.
Okay.
It was an office building, a municipal building. And the dust was everywhere, and it needed to be cleaned, and nobody cleaned it. And this was very bizarre because one of the things I do is when I look after my offices in England is clean them. But it's got a meaning here somewhere.
Okay, go ahead.
Large building, lots of people. I have now got pictures of this dust and video of it. Can't believe how much of this dust there is. And then there was an elevator and some boxes and a rover car. Now my wife has a rover car, but I mean, that's back in England.
Okay.
This building looks a bit like a hospital. More than one building. Well, I actually said that when we went to your university, the very first day you picked me up from the airport, that this looks like my hospital.
That's right, that's what you said.
So I haven't been back in there since these experiments have been running.
Okay.
I actually think that means we get back there today. For some reason we go in there today.
Okay.
And And then there's loads of traffic, and I'm going to send some pictures to my local newspaper. There is lots of traffic here. And then I've got Berry Park. Well, Berry Park is a place near where I live. But Berry Park could also be a funeral place, a crematorium, graveyard, something like that. And if it's ashes to ashes and dust to dust, then it could be that. All right. Christopher, 4 experiments in London weekend. Now what they were doing is they were reminding me of the 4 experiments that I did when I did 4 boxes in a row and God spoke to me. I don't know why they were reminding me of that, but they were. And there's a card wrapped in money. What does it feel like to be the first person to expose all of this to the world? And I'm thinking, oh boy, don't want to be that person. Demonstrations is a key. Demonstrations is a key word here.
Okay.
And it's God speaking, if you like, now. Dust is a key word for today. And you're about to clean up. Hospital with a box round it. You will soon understand why this looks like that. Yesterday you were on autopilot. Today it's ashes to ashes and dust to dust. But because your job is almost over, life goes on forever. Am I going to die today? I mean, is it like my last day?
Better not.
Discovery. Sandra Martin. Under the car. She's the lady from Discovery, New York, but I'm not sure what she's doing under a car. It's all painted new. I am now looking underneath it. There's a bomb under our car. The 7th day, Ash Wednesday. You cannot remember. Plate camera. Yes, you saw it, but you missed another plate. Tectonic plate. The fault line. Show Gary.
You did?
Was it?
Fault line.
But was it a fault line or was it just an earthquake line?
No, it was a fault line.
It was a fault line, was
yeah.
it? What? It was a tectonic plate fault line?
I don't know, he didn't say. But aren't they always tectonic plates?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know either. I'm
Find
not a
out.
geologist. You need a geologist.
Right.
Show Jerry the spaceman. Or Gary, sorry, show Gary the spaceman today. It's sort of step by step enlightenment. And go to London Bridge on Sunday. When you there, tell him the story. Not until.
Okay.
And then I'm dreaming of back home, and it was really nice to do that. I went back to sleep about 6 o'clock and didn't wake up till 7:30, and I'd been back home and seen everything going on there. So that was really nice. And then I woke up at 07:32, and I wrote down, what a good night. Do you want to go through the dreams because there's courtrooms and stuff in them, or do you want to leave the previous data and accept it?
Do you feel that the previous data are important for today? Have you gone through it?
I've gone through it and picked out lots of things. It depends on whether you're going to accept that that's been altered or not altered after the tape was made. So if we read it into the tape, it's a record.
They'll
If
bring
we
it to
don't,
the tape, but do it quickly, okay? So go. I mean, well, you'll show pictures quickly.
because I was in Susie's flat.
Okay, well, show me the picture. Show me the sheet.
All right. So I'll tell you what we do. We just show you the sheets, and then you can blow them up and see if they've been altered later. That's the 21st of the 7th.
Okay.
All right, and that's the other page.
Okay.
Then the next one goes back to test 7. I haven't written the date on, but I think it's the 12th of July.
Okay.
If we look at the next page,
Mm-hmm.
heads may be warped. I didn't like the heads warping business because that's occurred twice. Yeah, so it's not the 12th, it's the 11th.
Okay, the 11th.
So it's the day before.
Mm-hmm.
And if we go back to the other one, that'll be the 10th. But anyway, no, it is. It's the 11th. And so as long as you've got that on the tape,
Right.
we can stop. If we just do that one,
And then this is the other one?
this is the other one. It's all to do with evidence and courts and cities and buildings and...
Okay, well, let's just give it to me. Show me where it is. Oh, that's not written on there?
No, Well, it is if you read the words, but...
Yeah, but it doesn't say anything about the day. It's day 7?
No, I haven't got to that yet because I'm going backwards. It's
you're
the
going
17th
backwards.
of the 6th.
Okay, okay. Please tell me where I'm going today. Courts and stuff and buildings. Okay.
All right.
Okay. And what's your summary from that, just quickly?
We're going somewhere where there's going to be judgments made. Buildings, university or hospital or municipal buildings or something like that, and I'll be absolutely amazed if it isn't.
Okay.
I'll be blown away if it isn't.
Okay.
Well, no, I think you can read those later.
We can read later. Okay. And we'll put them on later.
Yeah.
Okay. We now at least know it's there. Carmen, did you get anything?
Yeah. Would you like to see my
Yes.
sheet?
I'll see your sheet. Just I'll photograph it because all you do is point it to the camera.
I had 5 dreams.
Okay. Let me just photograph this. Okay.
Film my scroll.
I filmed your scroll, and then you have to write the date on it eventually. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I wrote last night in the middle of the night when I was actually,
Okay.
you know.
But I want you to eventually date it.
Okay.
But you don't do it the second we've got it on
And
the
then
thing.
this is, you know, I wrote it up better and I put the date on.
Oh, okay. So you got the date here on the summary.
Yeah, I wrote this morning at about
Okay.
8 o'clock.
Why don't you give it to me quickly?
Okay. So
Go ahead.
most of my dreams concerned buildings also, mostly buying things. I was in a sort of marketplace, lots of shops and people. First of all, I was trying to buy a sandwich, something to eat, and made me late for school. So school appeared, shops, and then the second dream I was working in an office.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was there in the office, my mobile phone, my cell phone, started flashing and an alarm sounded. And then I was going to get a sandwich again, so there's a lot about eating. And then the last dream, I was with my auntie, and we were going into a bookstore. I was going into a bookstore to buy a book.
Into a bookstore to buy a book.
Yeah, and she was outside waiting for me, and she was wanting to film me. She had a camera and she wanted to film me, and I was explaining to her how she had to move the little lever backwards in order to film me.
Wow. Okay, so that's it. So where do you think we're going, just out of curiosity?
I think we're going to somewhere with lots of shops and people, like a marketplace or office buildings, something like that.
Okay.
Right, one thing I want to add.
Right.
Where I've got it in my dream, and you'll read it later on the old data, that today somebody broke into my room and stole my things. Symbolically, if Carmen is right today, she has broken into my room and stolen some of the things. And that's quite interesting because that was way back.
Right. And one of the things you said...
But I am taking my laptop with me and my passport,
Good, I
my
think-
ticket and my
right,
money.
I think it's
because
very
I
wise.
am because that is
Why
a
take a
precaution.
chance?
Why take a chance?
Why take a chance? And just for the record, you... No, I forgot what it was. Oh, you said to me yesterday that you are also very good at interpreting other people's dreams.
Yes,
And you feel
very
that
good.
you're one of the best interpreters of dreams.
I have
around.
found that in experience.
And you also said yesterday that you found the lake with little fish in murky water.
Yeah, that's
And
amazing.
It is outrageously amazing. And I want to go back and
Film that. We should do that.
We have to go back and
We
film
have
that.
to go back and film that.
You may have to do that without me.
Oh no, I want you to
Okay,
do that.
okay.
I want you to be in the pictures of that
Okay.
because it's just amazing.
Okay, well, we'll see about this. Okay, what I'm going to now do is I'm going to go sit over here for a second, Christopher. I'm going to go call...
I'm going to show you the lake.
Good, you got a picture of it?
Yeah.
Good, I want to see the picture. I'm going to call Bill Simon. If you remember, whoever the person was that was going to be handling this, actually opening the envelopes, did it earlier in the morning because they had to go to the doctor today.
Oh, right, that's right.
So theoretically...
There's the little fishes in the lake.
Oh my God! How big was the lake? Do you have a picture of the whole lake?
Yeah, we've got a picture of the whole lake, but I'm not sure exactly where we are. Because
Oh, that's the train. Hi, Bill. It's Gary. We are ready. Hi. Do you need to call the person, or has that person already opened the envelope? Okay, where are we going today?
Lake.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you very. I want to make sure that I'm hearing this correctly. Okay, and I have not said it out loud, right? You don't know where we're going, do
No,
you?
not yet.
Okay,
I'm
fine.
just trying to show you a picture of a lake.
Okay, you'll show me that in a sec, Christopher. Great. Thank you, Bill. I will call you later. Okay? Okay,
Lake,
bye.
lake,
Bye.
bloody lake.
Thanks, bye. So there's the lake. There's the lake. How big was the lake?
Oh, it was as long as this room.
So it's a pond.
Yeah, all right. Now let's argue about pond or lake.
Well, no, I just want to know what you mean. I was thinking about lake,
No,
like,
no,
you know,
no,
Lake
no, no. This is
Erie.
by the side of the road.
Okay.
But it's like a lake.
And it's got little fish in it.
Yeah, there's loads of little fish in it.
How could this little pond have fish in it?
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, how could it have fish in it? But I dreamed it had fish in it, and they needed rescuing because the lake's going to dry up.
And you saw rescuing in your
Yeah,
dream?
we had to rescue the
Okay,
fish.
we're going to get that later.
It was by Jeremy Wash.
Yeah, the Jeremy Wash.
Okay, we got to get out of here because we got to get film.
We got loads of fish. Look, there's the lake. Look.
Okay, all right, so okay, good. Take your laptop and let's get out of here.
Yeah, that's got to go with this. Unless, you know, until I know where we're going, I'm
Yeah, I'm
cautious.
going to take all my valuables.
Yeah, I'm taking mine.
Okay. Okay, we are here at Old Tucson, and by the way, it's raining. This is the schoolhouse, which they both saw a school, and here's a school, but it's really a tiny little schoolhouse. Silver Lake. I have no idea if this is related to where we are going or not. Chris saw lots of dust. My association to dust is that when it's not raining, this place is very dusty. But this dust is outside, not inside. You said you picked...
And I let it slip through my hand.
Oh, it was on the floor. Okay, well you are now in the Park Brewery at Old Tucson, and you are looking at dust on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, and I want to get a picture of this too, when you're done. Because I told you that this was a place when I heard dust everywhere. I said Old Tucson is the only place that I know where there's dust in all the buildings. There's dust.
And there'll be a courthouse here too, I bet.
There is a courthouse here. There's definitely a courthouse here. I just don't remember which building it is. I'm just taking this for its fun. This is a moose. A huge moose. Not that it means anything. Thank you very much. You too. I've lost Kristen.
Go in the saloon.
You're going to go in the saloon?
Because I think I might find my dust in there.
I doubt it. I think this is where they have people dancing at a cowboy show. But you did see, by the way, photographer over there.
Yeah, I've seen that, and in my dream there was reference to a local paper.
This, by the way, is where they're going to have photographic plates.
Yeah, we found them last night too.
My opinion that I'm about to bring it bar. It is open for it. What the boy dreams about me,
Here's another building, and this is looks like a Hogan, an Indian Hogan. But what's important about this building is, when you'll see when we get in, is that Christopher saw tons of dust, like dirt on the floor that hadn't been cleaned. And of course, as you look at this, and I'll make this closer, this is the kind of dirt, obviously dust, what he would call dust or dirt, that one could literally pick up. So this is a building with dust or dirt on the floor. And to the best of my knowledge, this is the only place that we've been so far where dust in the buildings everywhere is to be seen. Where, in your dream?
Yeah.
When?
Oh, way back.
Yeah, what about it?
I just said to that lady, I bet that train's been held up a few times.
What'd she say?
She said it has. She said that's the train that they used in all the over 100 films when trains were being robbed.
And you said there were trains being held up?
Yeah, but it was to do with the courthouse.
But that's okay. You know, you get bits and pieces. But look at that floor in that building. Go take a picture of that floor. I'm taking a picture of another building, not because it's dust all over the floor that you can pick up, but because it was my image of dust, dust, dust everywhere. Again, there's all dust on the floor, there's dust on the tables, because these are open rooms. Open rooms.
Yeah, this is the good one.
Is that the one? Is that a good one? Hold it a second, I want to get a picture of you picking up the dust.
This one.
Is that dust? I want to get more pictures of you. Hold on. I got to be inside here. Is that you standing inside a building picking up dust?
Yeah,
You sure?
yeah.
This is your room. Do it again.
This is enough dust. The others weren't enough, honestly. But this one, because in the dream I was picking it up and holding it like that. And
Do
I
it.
was showing it to you. And this building has got inches of dust.
Inches of dust.
Look, how much inches do you want?
Yeah, show me again. Do it one more time.
You've
So-
got to take a picture with my camera.
Okay.
But look, there's loads of it. Really loads of it.
Does that make you happy?
This one makes me happy. The others didn't.
Okay. And when was this? Last night or
Oh,
earlier?
months ago.
Months ago you were turning pennies into something.
For test 7.
You were turning pennies into
Yeah, I
something.
was turning old pennies into something else. New coins, if I remember.
Pennies into new coins. So we have to use this later.
Yeah, all right, we do use it
Okay,
later.
let's get out of the rain.
There's a nice camera, a plate camera in the photographer's, which was
Was in an earlier dream.
it was in an earlier dream. But we actually found one like this last night
Where?
to match the dream. When we went to the restaurant,
You're kidding.
we took pictures of it last night.
Oh my God. So you have to. Hello. Okay. There's the plate camera. Wow, you got a lot of cameras in here.
Hi.
Okay, let's go over to the courthouse. So you're in a courthouse.
I knew I was. The judge sits up there.
And you were in a
My
court.
courthouse.
Is this your courthouse?
Yes, of course it is. This is my courthouse. There's the judge's chambers. Of course it is. And there'll be something here about people who rob trains, because I told you. There has to be something to do with people who rob trains. Look, all my cameras are dusty, my finger marks are dusty. Look, you want to film dust?
Yeah.
All over my cameras, I got dust.
I told you that it's dusty all over this place.
Are they judges? I bet they're judges.
Are
Because
they
there was
judges?
judges in my dream. Oh no, they're presidents.
They're presidents.
Well, there must be a judge somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure there is. So you said, what about train robberies?
Yeah, train robbers, train robbers.
Wild Bill Hickok and Cody, these are all cowboys here. We'll see if we find any train robbers here. Look at all the old laymen and badges of the Wild West.
Look, cards. Annie Oakley. Calamity Jane.
Look, here's a judge.
Yeah, I need a judge.
Look, here's a judge here. Charles Parker, here's a judge.
Yeah, there's a judge. Hanging judge. He's the hanging judge. He's the hanging judge. He hanged a lot of innocent people, framed them up. There's a judge, and there's an attorney, another. Oh no, here's my courthouse. I'm happy.
So you got your courthouse.
Yeah, I want to video it now.
Please.
Jesse James, I bet he held up trains, look, for train robbery.
Oh, there you are.
For train robbery.
And you actually got something about train robbery.
I actually...
Okay, we're going to go through this very slowly. We're going to go back to the hotel because it's close enough, and we're going to get all of this down, Christopher.
Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to video this. Train robbery in the very first dream on the 17th of June in a courthouse to do with train robbery.
Your very first dream. Courthouse with train robbery?
Well, it was...
I'd say that's a win.
In a dream it was a subway train or something, but it doesn't matter.
No.
It's still a train.
I don't think they had any subways here.
No, they didn't have any there. But I need to remember, you can't expect me to remember every word I wrote down back on the 17th of June.
No, huh?
It's totally unreasonable of you to expect me to do that.
So you're in the courthouse.
Yeah, well that I did know. That I knew I'd be in a courthouse.
Well, you're definitely in a courthouse.
Oh, for sure. I don't know, you're probably in a courthouse. There's the prosecutor. Prosecutor sits here. And that's where they chop off your head. That's where they guillotine your head off.
For that sign. There we are, Christopher's in front of the sign that says, "Pardon our dust. New adventure in preparation." This whole thing is a new adventure in preparation. I told you there was dust everywhere. Dust everywhere.
You don't talk back.
Here's a mine.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
Are you taking the tour?
Oh, this is a tour?
Yeah, this is a guided tour.
No, we don't have time, thank you. Okay, I'll just get a couple of pictures here, not that it's important. Okay. The recording. It is now about 10 to 1. It is August 8th. This is day number 7.
Hi folks. Dream
August 8th, 2001. And we are about to review in depth where we went and how it relates to the details of the dreams. Now, for the record, because there was not time, I did not allow Christopher to read into the record all of the material that was on his sheets.
Which is what I wanted to do.
And we're going to do that now, slowly. However, for the record, for me, the number one information that I listed, I asked you what was the defining characteristic, and what Christopher said as we left was dust. That there was dust everywhere, and there was dust in buildings. That's what you said as you walked out.
Yeah.
And what I did at that moment was I went through the list of 20 possible places, and I said, which place has dust in buildings? And the number one place that I would entertain for dust in buildings, because I've seen them there many times before, was the place that we ended up going, which was Old Tucson. Now, Christopher, let us go back and do this slowly and start with the original dream, the one on whatever that was. And again, I'll let you show it to the camera just so it's there, so we can see that there's no changes in writing or anything.
The 17th of the 6th, 01.
Okay.
And for the record, when you're looking through these notes when I've long gone home,
Yes.
it appears at the moment to me, without proper statistical analysis, which you will do, that the first series of tests that I did from 11 June to 20th of June are the ones which contain the most data. And they are the earliest ones. The middle section, when I did 1 through 10 again, appear to be more or less irrelevant at the moment.
Okay.
But if that's a pattern, that'll be interesting.
Absolutely.
Right, test 7, USA.
Now, by the way, just for the record, you only did 7 tests the first time, and then
I don't know.
We'll see.
No, the first time it looks like I did all 3, but I think the middle section, because I didn't think it was working, I only did it.
Okay.
But you'll have the notes to check that later.
We'll see. Okay.
But I have got the first series, 11 through 20. I did it all.
Good.
And they're the ones that I'm more or less relying on.
Perfect. Okay, so you got all 10
The
the first
first time you ask the question.
Good.
Same with the murder. The first time you ask the question, you get the most accurate data.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm in a courtroom, but I'm not a lawyer. There's things that go with courtrooms, police, pictures, and there's a subway, there was a train, and I've written down here, 2 cops say you were seen there, not sure of the charge. And then there's a gas ring, and a saucepan, and people cooking breakfast and stuff outside.
Right.
And then I was appearing in court, and then bail can apply to make a speech. I made a speech in a courtroom. I did this morning. I made a speech to you about being in a courtroom.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
And then this is all to do with a large number of years ago.
A large number of years ago?
Yes. A large number of years. Yes, yeah, it says that. A large number of years ago.
Wait, that's important.
Right?
Okay.
And then there was an attempt to frame me by certain officers from the police. That's true. I've not only had the police try and frame me in my life, I've had a police officer try and murder me.
Okay.
And he wrote about that in his book.
Okay.
But that's all a matter of public record.
Okay.
Because police don't like dream detectives that can catch policemen who think that they are otherwise uncatchable.
Right.
And the police do not like me in certain areas.
Okay.
Because I put too many of them in prison.
Okay.
Looks like they still want to do it. And this was quite light-hearted. I mean, I was in a courtroom.
Okay.
And I didn't have a motive, and there wasn't a scrap of evidence. So there wasn't a case against me.
Okay.
Just that I was on a train in that city on that day.
Okay.
All right? And they must have searched every picture trying to see someone they knew.
Okay. So what are the
pictures are interesting because
But they were
the
pictures-
courtroom...
it was
No,
filled
the
with
courtroom was
pictures.
made where they make pictures.
Huh?
It's a movie courtroom. They make pictures there.
Right, that's true.
They make pictures
They
there.
literally make movies in that courtroom.
In that
right?
courtroom, that's the whole point of it. They make movies in there.
Okay.
But if we just keep base fundamentals,
Base fundamentals.
I am in a courtroom
Right.
for test 7 in the first dream.
Right. And that there were and there was also information about a train.
References to being in a train, yeah.
Right. And that was very
There's the
important.
word train,
Okay, that's very
and
important.
there's also references to a subway, which is also a train.
All right, we understand. And you actually walked into a courtroom. It was an old courtroom.
Yes, it was.
In old Tucson.
Yeah, but
It
I did
was-
say it was a large number of years ago.
You did.
Yeah.
Right. So a large number of years ago, you were in a courtroom.
Yeah.
It was a train, and there was literally, we videoed
Pictures
something.
everywhere.
Pictures everywhere.
Pictures everywhere.
There were judges and policemen and so on and so forth.
presidents and every
right,
kind of thing.
right. And there was also a write-up about a train.
Yep.
And then earlier, before you
Earlier,
found
I'd
that,
seen a train.
you seen it, and you talked to the woman.
I talked to the woman and I said, I bet that train's been robbed a lot of times. And she said that train has been robbed in more than 100 movies.
Okay. So that was the first
That
dream.
was the
So it was very
17th.
important to you about
Yeah.
the dream. Now,
Yeah.
if you remember, because of you insisting that we stop to Circuit City to get the film as opposed
Yeah.
to somewhere else, we ended up going to the place by Broadway rather than Speedway. I would have taken Speedway.
Yeah, but
because I was on Broadway to go to Circuit City, I took Broadway downtown.
yeah, well, that's my
And we-
gas ring, a burner. Right?
We haven't gotten there yet.
Yes, we have.
What?
I've got to go back again because you've missed something I told you, which is very important, and it fits to yesterday's dream, where I bought a burner.
Bought a burner?
Let me just read you it again.
Okay.
CD burner.
A CD burner, right?
Right. Oh, that's right.
There it is there, but we had to go and get a lead for that CD burner
Right.
today because they gave me the wrong one yesterday.
Right.
So on the way, we went in and we picked up the film that we needed, and we picked up the lead for the CD burner.
Oh, but the day before in the first dream, you had bought a CD burner which you had predicted in the dream.
Yes.
The day before.
Yeah,
and you
but
went
I've
to that
also
place.
got the gas ring again.
Gas ring. Now, where does the gas ring come
The
in?
gas ring is called a burner. And the lesson in the dreams is they will show you something very often in a dream that gives you a word.
Okay.
And it's nothing to do with what you saw, it's the word that it gives you.
Gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha. Right.
So I might see, let's think of something that isn't rude.
Well, like when you saw the leak, it could have been
A leak, yeah.
water leak,
A water leak
a vegetable
or a
leak.
vegetable leak. Now, way back when I predicted floods in Wales, which they'd not had at that time, I'd actually spelt it the correct way, and the police that were studying me at the time from Leicester, Special Branch, they were actually fascinated. The fact that I'd predicted a leak and floods, and I'd written it L-E-E-K.
Oh, to show it was in Wales.
To show it was in
Which is
Wales.
the national emblem of
Yeah,
Wales.
there's a lot of very subtle stuff.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, continue.
But you see, I dreamt of a bus yesterday, for today, right? In one of the other dreams.
Right.
For today, we'll come to it in a minute. I've been dreaming of a bus. What does this connect to?
It's a bus.
A bus. What does the burner connect to? The IEE 1394 bus.
Right,
on the
because
computer.
it's a CD burner. And
Because
you
it's-
said you saw, what was again, read from the
Gas
thing there?
ring.
A gas,
Gas ring,
Which we
Okay.
call a burner.
which we call a burner.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Continue. Let's go on to the next dream. I understand.
But throw that away if you don't want to do
It's
that.
not. It's secondary. It's important.
No, but it's important because
It's
it often
important.
happens.
Exactly. No, we're not throwing away data.
Yeah.
We're just keeping track of what's primary,
When you're
what's
trying to-
secondary, what's exploratory.
Right, let's go.
What's amazing.
Let's go.
You know, what's fluff.
What's outrageous?
What's
Yes.
outrageous? Me, I'm outrageous.
You're outrageous. This work is outrageous. Carmen
Right.
being here is outrageous. It's just all outrageous.
All outrageous.
Test 7.
Okay. Test 7.
Test 7, test 8. Let's just see where I. Right, and in the second series, after I got to test 7, I realised that didn't feel right. So I stopped at test 8. I didn't do 9 and 10 in the second series.
In the second series.
Because the second series really didn't seem to be meaning anything.
Well, let's
to
just
me.
see what you got for the
Oh
second
no, I'm
series.
going to tell you what I got because
Good.
it's data and it
It's
must
data.
be applied. It must
Right.
be used, and
Right,
it
even
might
if it's
help you
wrong.
understand what's going on.
Even if it's wrong, right?
But I am somewhere, and there's water, and there's wheels on a wagon, and I've got something to do with give me
Wait, say that
some
again.
old pennies.
Wait, say that again.
Well, I've got this little
No,
drawing.
Right, okay, I want to get this down here. Let me get this here. Okay. Okay.
Right? Now I actually know what to do with some of this data now.
Okay, I understand. That's
And
what
I'm
I'm
going
saying.
to explain that to you.
Good, so read it closely. Go ahead, you don't have to show it anymore. You don't have to show it anymore, just...
Something, give me old pennies. Tell them they are worth more than new coins. Right? And then I was in a girlfriend of mine from years ago.
And
who
what,
arranged-
and what did that have to do with today?
Well, we put some old pennies. In fact, there were signs for old pennies everywhere.
Right, and what do we do?
We made some stagecoaches with
You
them.
do you have one with you? Where's yours?
Mine's in here.
Because
somewhere.
I can't find mine. Mine's in the wallet. Because I wanted a memento of that because it was.
We made some yesterday too.
I understand. But yesterday wasn't in the dream. That was
Yesterday
just-
wasn't in a dream. Today it was.
Today was in the dream, and I just want to get it on my camera. Here is Christopher's penny. One that he made, and we made one for me too.
And I didn't make one yesterday. You did,
Okay.
not me.
Right.
Yeah, I made one for you.
Yeah, you made one for me, but I didn't do it. Anyway,
You
never
want
mind.
to
Let's
also?
don't argue about pennies.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, what's interesting about the next bit is I hadn't made the connection, but I have made it earlier. Right? So let me now go back to where I had this before. And let's see if I made it there. I want the 20th of the 6th. Let me just read all that again. Six, 19th, that's test 9, that's test 8. Right, here is test 7. Right, there's nothing in there that relates to it. Right? But I have got the name Kennedy. He was a president.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether there was a picture of him, I doubt it if there was. Right? And I've got frame. Right. This one, I was in an old girlfriend's house from years and years ago, 1973.
Mm-hmm.
And I often, when I think of her house, and when you get this book later, you will find where I've used it as a reference.
Right.
I was in her house, and who is upstairs? She is. Right?
Good.
And she says hello, right? Cylinder head. And something to do. Right? The people that owned that house were called MacLeod.
Okay.
And MacLeod, to me, somewhere in here I've written sheriff.
Oh, of course, because McLeod was a sheriff.
MacLeod was a sheriff. And when I was looking
And he
through...
was a cowboy type
He
sheriff.
was a cowboy sheriff.
Right.
But that might be pushing it.
Exactly.
But you will find... But it's still something I need to say.
Absolutely, it's there.
Because otherwise, why am I dreaming of an old girlfriend from 1973 for
Well,
test 7?
Right. You're also being brought back second time when you've been old.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to old Tucson.
Old Tucson, yeah.
So you had an old courthouse
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
You've got an old girlfriend.
Yeah.
You've got McLeod.
And MacLeod owned that house. She rented it from MacLeod,
Okay. All right.
Mr. MacLeod.
This could be reaching.
And you will actually find some references
Right.
in here later.
Having a
but-
lecture and so on and being in a courthouse, that's very firm.
Yeah, that's very fun.
Okay.
Right, so now we
Gotcha.
go to the next bit. And there's things to do with the baby bus.
Now, why don't you show me that page?
Right.
This one here. Which one day is this?
This is the 21st of July.
The 21st of July. And there's Susie with a Z.
Yeah, there's Susie with the Z. She
Okay.
didn't tell me she spelled it with an S until yesterday or the day before.
A baby bus?
Yeah.
Did you say we were at a baby...
No, the baby bus is my computer. I had to get a smaller bus lead.
Right.
Okay, gotcha,
The one
gotcha.
they gave me had the 6 pins and I needed one with the 4 pins.
But that was just now.
Yeah.
But this is a baby bus. What kind of baby bus is this?
Well, I don't know, but let's just take the words.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay, just continue. We also saw a
Right?
baby
And there's
minivan.
things to do with driver. And I wrote in here, computer bus.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I'd already decided back on the 21st of July that this wouldn't be to do with a bus, but it would be to do with a computer bus.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
And it is to do with a computer bus.
Right.
Right? But the most important thing is I was on a bus in the Strand in London, outside the big courthouse. So in my dream on the 21st of July, I was on a bus in London, outside the courthouse.
And you didn't actually go in the courthouse?
Not in the dream.
Not in the dream, not in the big courthouse?
I can't remember. I'm going to have to read it and see.
Well,
Let me see if I did. Baby bus, something, up and bounce it up and
But
down.
remember, the computer, that was an interpretation.
Oh yeah, but
that
I'd
time.
already made that interpretation.
I understand you made the interpretation, but the image was baby bus.
Yeah, but when I see bus, I always just associate it with computers.
I know. That's
Because
what
I
you-
work with computers.
In my city, when I first hear the word bus, I think of a baby bus. You know what an SUV is?
Oh, that's
That's
pushing
a
it.
baby
No,
bus.
no.
It's definitely
No,
baby
you
bus.
can't do that with it. You can't.
is. No.
I don't care. You can't do that with it. We've been in it every day. You can't do that with it.
What?
You can't make that association. That's not scientific.
If you drove past a big courthouse in a baby bus, I drove you past a huge courthouse in my baby bus. I can make that interpretation just as well
well,
as
if
you
you
do.
want- oh, well,
it doesn't
I-
matter. It
well, I
doesn't
would-
matter, Christopher.
All right. Well, I wouldn't.
Okay,
I
you don't
would-
have to. That's good.
I was driven for test 7 past a courthouse in a
Right.
baby bus.
Right. You were.
I'm all right.
That's happened. We did that today.
Right? And there was something about someone is in my room. It looks like they stole my £2,000.
You're always thinking.
I know.
grand.
I keep thinking of this £2,000. I want somebody want to give me this £2,000.
Do you always call $1,000 grand?
Yeah, we do in England.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
always,
Okay.
always. I'm sure I put it in. Hey, I haven't lost my money, have I?
Go and check. Go and check right
Where's my-
now.
Where's my wallet?
You took it with you
I know, but it's not here.
in your little wallet pouch thingy.
But where is your little wallet pouch?
Did you get it out the car?
I dropped it coming
There
up.
it is. There it is. There it is.
Let's see if my
Have it
£2,000
got?
is still here.
$2,000 is still there. Don't worry.
It's still there.
There you go.
There it
Okay.
is in there. My grands are in there.
Okay.
Oh, now I know.
Now we know. Now I'll steal it. I want to make your dream come true. I'll take your money.
It's still there.
It's a good line for the movie.
But it's actually funny that we actually got worried about it.
Right.
Mind you, we only got worried about it because it was written
Right.
here.
By the way, it's interesting if you actually did a movie of this
Yeah.
to also tell the process
Yeah.
of the going back and forth of after we've had an experience of how we're thinking about this. Some of the because that's part of the. Because now, where are you going to go next?
The
When's it gonna happen?
extraneous
It's right.
story
It's right.
and
Go ahead.
relationship.
Go ahead.
Right, Susie took me to her flat and we were talking about a judge. Right? So we next goes about my room, my £2,000. I'm sure I put it in an envelope in a red case. Well, it was in an envelope in a red case until this morning, and because I was worried about this, I put it in there and took it with me.
Okay.
And I took my laptop as well in case that got stolen.
Right.
Right, and then I've got court, judge. Does he know the order was granted, right, but never got back to court for a hearing? Susie, flat. 2 men outside look like surveyors. Got a clipboard. These people had clipboards to do with this court,
Okay.
right? But they would have these things in a movie. I'm just realising they would have these clipboards.
They would have clipboards in the movie,
yeah,
certainly.
yeah.
Especially
Right?
if it was in that
Lots
courtroom.
of stuff needs cleaning up, right?
Lots of stuff needs cleaning up.
Yeah.
And we were in places which covered with dust.
Covered with dust, right?
Lots of places need cleaning up. Keep going.
But that's not why they are here.
Okay.
We must put some fuel in the bus before we can take her out. What am I doing in a London bus? Seems to cross the river by the High Court. Again, I was in a bus by the court.
By the way, do you know we crossed the Wash in my little bus? It's a dry wash. which is where
Yeah,
the
but
river
we've
goes.
been in your little bus every day.
Of course, but we haven't we've never gone past a big courthouse in my bus until today.
Well, I think the bus means my computer.
That's fine. You're entitled to your
It could be both.
interpretation. Could be both. It also could be neither.
But there are 3 of us here, and we only need 2 and 1 driver.
I'm telling you, it's my little bus kid.
Now, the first time there's been 3 of us in your bus
It's today.
is today.
Right, and my little baby. My baby bus.
Your
It's
baby
not a
bus.
little bus. And it is my baby, by the way. I love that car.
Now, listen, now let me
It's
tell
got
you what...
blessing on the front slicer plate.
Right, now let me what I
love
wrote
that
down
car.
here. Let me write down what I
And you said I want a little
Hang on!
What?
What I wrote down here in July. IEE 1394.
I know, that's what you're interpreting. Oh,
No, I'd written it down in July. IEE 1394.
and where's that?
On the top of the thing I
Let me-
bought
let me
today that
put-
I connect with the bus.
Oh, shit. Well, that's why you listen. We both could be right. That's a little bus too.
But what
But
I
you
was
can't
seeing,
drive to the courthouse in that bus.
I was seeing my IEE 1394, and this afternoon when you go, I'm going to be on day 7 installing drivers for this bus to work my burner. All right?
Right.
And to me that's funny.
No, to me it's hilarious.
To me that's funny. Do you think that's funny?
It's funny, peculiar.
It's outrageously
How did you,
peculiar. It's
how
funny,
did you come
outrageous.
across that, though? I don't
Well, it's here.
understand. Yeah, but
Well,
when
because
you
buses
wrote
to
it
me
down-
always mean computer
When
buses.
you wrote it down, that
I wrote that down back in July.
You wrote it down in the morning, or you wrote it down at night when you were dreaming it?
No, no, in the morning when I woke up.
Morning.
When I saw the bus, I thought, right, I ain't going to be on no London
But not
bus.
today.
Not today.
No,
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 back in months ago.
Months ago you wrote IEE 1394
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that had a specific.
Yeah, because that's what it means to my
Right.
bus.
But you know, somebody could have argued you wrote it down, then you.
Oh, I know, I understand. I understand.
Right, you
I
bought a burner
understand.
and you bought a CD. and
Yeah,
everything
I
else.
understand. I could have cheated.
But that's very hard to do.
But I'm
Not
not interested
possible.
in whether I cheated or not.
I understand. You're
The
interested in the data.
fundamentals, if you look back through my data,
Right.
bus to me means if it ain't a real bus, it's a computer bus. The data bus.
Right. But this is a baby bus. You said baby bus.
Yeah,
you didn't say
baby bus.
bus.
I've actually drawn, this was a real, but there are 3 of us here.
But we do 3 of
Only
us
need
here.
2
Look,
and
here's
one
number
driver.
2, and here's number 3. That's me.
All right, all right, all right. All right, you win, you win, you win.
This one, I have to win a couple. Let me win one.
All right, you win.
Can I win this one?
Win.
No, but that bus is still important.
All right, the bus is
That
important.
bus is very
That's
important.
important.
Your bus is important. My bus is important.
All right, let's all have a bus.
Okay. Now that was the last of the. That was the last of the. Did you have? Didn't you have 3 days?
That is the
That
3.
was
That was the third.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, we go to last night.
Let's go to last night.
Experiment with time.
Oy.
Ice cream and chocolate. We're going to do that soon because we're going to go over there today, aren't we? So that's what we're going to do. So that part, we know. So that's cheating.
Right.
There's problems with a leak. Well, I'll have to find out if there's been problems with a leak in England or whether.
There was a problem with my car with a leak yesterday.
Yeah,
That doesn't.
it's not good.
That doesn't count.
Thick dust laying on the ground. Just looks like dust. Now, where's my highlight pen? I am going to highlight every word dust.
He's got
In
dust.
front of the camera.
Front of the camera. He's highlighting
Dust. Let's look for keywords.
dust.
Problems with the water. Thick dust. Right? Looks just like dust. Large building, lots of people. I have now got a picture of the dust.
You said large building.
Yeah.
What's large building?
The courthouse?
Oh, that's a large building.
That's a large building. That was a town hall.
That was the town hall, that's right. Okay.
And a video of the dust. Well, I'm not going to do video, but
But you can do video if you do the dust.
I actually think I end up for some reason in your university building this afternoon.
Okay. But that's
There was
okay.
an elevator and boxes and a Rover car somewhere in this.
Right, we haven't seen enough Rover
No,
car.
not yet. But when I got here, I remarked to you and to me that your big building over there, which is at the back of the hospital, your university actually reminded me of a hospital.
Right.
Right. Look, this building looks like a bit like a hospital, but it wasn't. It looks a bit like. But I'm sure that's over the road. There's something to do with the Berry Park. Lots of people, lines of people. They can all see this blanket of dust.
Well, there were lines of people.
Oh yeah, there were people everywhere lining up for different
Right.
things. It's just unbelievable how much dust there is. Right?
Did you underline dust again?
No, because it isn't there. It's how much. It's dust, and then it's just unbelievable how much there is.
Right.
But it's still referring to dust
It's referring to this.
in any
It is dust. Okay.
Christopher, 4 experiments in London weekend. Now that's 4 experiments I did where God spoke to me.
Right.
God spoke to me last night again.
He did?
Yes. In here.
Okay, you'll go.
Wrapped in money. What does it feel like to be the first person to expose all of this to the world? Am I the first person to expose all this to the world?
I think at the level that you're exposing it, you will be the first.
But demonstrations is the key, and this
Yes.
is lessons. This is demonstrations to you.
Absolutely. This
Right?
is the first thing.
And
is
it's God
demonstration.
speaking, if you like, now.
Okay.
And that's what happened before. When I did the test for London Weekend, they wanted me to tell them what would be in 4 boxes on the same day at the television studios in front of the cameras, but I had to do it, I think 3 months before.
Okay. But
Which I did,
right,
but I only got 3 boxes right.
But this is the 7th dream of the test.
Yeah.
Dream 7 of the test. But this is the first time that God's talking to you during the dream.
Yep.
You've had Susie.
Yep.
You've had other people. You once saw the policewoman.
Yeah.
But this is the first time God's talking.
This is the first time God
Continue.
spoke to me. Alright? And then God said to me, dust is a key word for today.
God said dust
Yeah.
is the key word.
Yeah. God said.
Boy, I'll take that as significant.
God said to me, dust is a key word for today, and you're about to clean up.
Okay.
About to clean up, that could be metaphorical also.
Metaphoric, yeah.
Right. You're about to clean up.
I've got to have a wash because I've got it all over me.
Right.
It's not a hospital, but it's the university,
Okay.
I think.
I need you to stop for a second. I'm going to stop the tape because we're running out of tape so I can change the tape.